Well, hey everybody. Today we're going to do a short Bible review on the ESV Study Bible. And this one is in brown cowhide. Now, what's really cool about this, you see the edge perimeter stitching. It's a real light, I'd say mid-brown, which is awesome. You don't usually see that. It's usually really dark brown or almost like an orangey brown, but this is a nice mid-brown. And when you open it up, it's leather lined, and it's got a dark leather liner, which I thought that was really unique. You can see the difference in the color there between those two. You've got edge lined, so you see the tab that goes directly into the text block. And as I've said earlier on this YouTube channel, that just adds to the longevity of the Bible. Now, one thing that you'll notice in this edition that you don't have in others is a number of cardstock. It's like a whole cardstock signature before you actually get into the main text of the Bible. That's great for if you want to have a bunch of notes or something. There's like 10 pages of blank cardstock pages. And then you get into the main text, copyright page. See, it's printed in China. It was printed in 2021, and not surprisingly actually, this is the 17th printing of this edition. It's a 2016 edition. And then you can see all of the different contents that go into a study Bible. I really like this because you've got an introduction, what is a study Bible and how do you understand it, how do you use it. Not all study Bibles have that. You also have names of the contributors. I believe in a previous study Bible review, I talked a little bit more about that, but you've got preface to the ESV version, which is an essentially literal translation. It's more word for word, formal equivalent. And then you've got overview of the Bible, and you get into the content of the study Bible. And so for each book of the Bible, you will have a introduction. There's still some front material. Introduction to the Pentateuch for the first 5 books of the Bible. Now you have your introduction to Genesis. And these are great introductions that will help you have a better understanding of the content that you're reading. In older printing, all of this was single column, which made it harder to read. So this is kind of a little refresh that they've done. I don't know when they did it. It must have been at least 5 years ago or so. They did a refresh of the introduction and then some of the layout, but all the content is the exact same. So for example, in older editions, there used to be a line right here, line at the top that just kind of separated things out. And they've cleaned that up a little bit. I really like that. Paper is very decent. You don't see too much. It's called ghosting, where you can see the print on the back side. The text is line matched, or is, it is not line matched to my knowledge. You can see an example of that here, where they don't line up just perfectly. Let's see if we can skip to a different. Here we go. And so you can see that, this text doesn't line up perfectly with the text on the back. But there's no issues really from what I've seen with it, because of the fact you've got all these notes and you've got color maps and everything. The paper has to be opaque. The paper has to be very see-through resistant and whatnot. These are really awesome maps, charts, diagrams. I was listening to an interview with the guy who is really heading up the whole project for the ESV Study Bible, and they commissioned very specific a group that came to actually draw everything out, because they didn't want it to be contemporary pictures or contemporary renditions, just because, in all honesty, that's not what it would look like. So they did their best to make illustrated, historically accurate charts, diagrams, pictures, which I thought was really great. Once you get past Revelation, so this is the last page, Revelation, you have articles and resources, and there's a number of them here. God's plan of salvation, and then a bunch of helps, biblical doctrine overview. This gives you kind of a 30,000-foot view of Christian doctrine. What does the Bible teach in really broad ways, from a broadly reformed evangelical perspective? And there's just tons and tons and tons of content here. This one's really cool. This is probably very underutilized for a lot of people. The history of salvation in the Old Testament, preparing the way for Christ. And this is Christ in all the Old Testament, which is really cool, just book by book, verse by verse. And so that's really neat. You have a index of all your charts and diagrams, of your abbreviations and your concordance. This is, this is not an extravagant concordance. It is. It's huge. 30,000 verse listings with 14,000 different words. So this is, you're not going to get a bigger concordance in a Bible than in the study Bible. And then you get to the very end, you've got a Bible reading plan, some information about the text itself, and again, more super heavy duty cardstock. That's really just to add to the durability of the Bible. Bibles always fail right in that first signature, right around where it attaches to the cover. And so they've got this pretty well covered. This will last you forever. This should last you your whole life if you continue to use it responsibly, being a good steward of it, not setting it out in the rain, not throwing it into your backpack or whatever. But if this just sits on your desk or on your bookshelf, always lay your Bibles flat. Always lay them like this. Don't stand them up, just because that's gonna actually hurt the binding. Always lay them flat. It also comes with two nice ribbon markers as well. So, anyways, hope that you found this Bible review helpful. You can find this for about $100 on Amazon, or if you pop over to Crossway, I think it's $200 there, but they usually have a 30% discount if you get their Crossway Plus membership, which is for free. So be sure to head on over to Crossway or Amazon, pick a copy up. Have a good one.